Welcome to the Jaguar King podcast. I'm your host, Armin, and this week's episode, we got the Rumble in the Jungle. How fitting is it that Joe Burrow tied with the Philadelphia Eagles last week? I was really hoping that Burrow goes out there to Philly or wherever, I don't know who played where, but he fucking tied. And now he's going into Jacksonville hungry for his first win. You can't make this shit up. All of last week, I was like, all right, if he beats Philly, he's going to be on his high horse. You know, we're not going to have the classic lose to a rookie game, break some friggin' record or whatever. We are setting ourselves up for failure here. Anyway, so Jacksonville Jaguars play the Cincinnati Bengals this week. Jaguars are 1-2. Cincinnati Bengals are 0-1-1. So Jacksonville has had plenty of success against the Bengals in recent years. Everyone remembers in 2017 where A.J. Green decided to hit Jalen Ramsey with the rock bottom. And last year, Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a close score regarding the box score, but when you watch that game, Jacksonville was pretty much controlled that whole game, except they couldn't really get it done in the red zone. But Gardner Minshew put up a good game. Leonard Fournette put up a good game. So it was a pretty easy win from Jacksonville, even though the score was a lot closer than it was. But of course, there's two different teams heading into this year. The Bengals this year got the first overall pick in Joe Burrow, Ohio's very own. No relation to Drake, although he might be Jewish. I don't know if he can rap. He's been impressive for a rookie so far. He's put up a lot of good games, and the reason they're losing is not because of him. Let's just say that. Definitely their best player right now. I mean, some would say maybe Joe Mixon. He just got that contract, but Joe Burrow's looking like he's with the shits this season. And I'm sure Joe Burrow this week is probably super pumped he's playing the Jaguars defense. After seeing what all the other QBs did, he's probably not even watching game film. Speaking of the defense, DJ Hayden came out this week and said he's a superstitious guy and he's got a good gut feeling that the Jaguars defense is going to do good. Great. Now we know that Todd Wash definitely doesn't have a game plan, and we're just banking on DJ Hayden's gut feeling that we're going to play good. I hope he takes his probiotics for a little bit of hope for us Jags fans. On the other side of coaching, they might have some screws loose too. The Bengals came out and said, we want Joe Burrow to take less hits. That's like putting your point guard in the center and telling him to defend better when the center's crushing him. Like, I'm sure Joe Burrow wouldn't like to get his neck snapped every week, but you're not really giving him many options here, are you? So that leads me to the keys to victory. So the first key to victory, and it's probably always going to be the key to victory for the Jaguars, is pressure the quarterback. So pressure Joe Burrow. And I mentioned the Bengals O-line being awful, but I'm sure this week they're probably feeling a sense of relief that the Jaguars D-line's awful. The Bengals O-line has given up 53 pressures in the NFL this year, which is the most in the NFL this year. And if they continue that pace, they'll give up like 280 something for the season, which would put them higher than what the Dolphins had last year. And as we all know, the Dolphins didn't have the best roster last year. So it gives you some perspective of how the Bengals O-line has been playing. With that being said, though, if our D-line can't get any pressure on them, we're fucked. And if we blitz and we still can't get pressure on him, then we're royally fucked. The Philadelphia Eagles got 8 sacks on Joe Burrow last week. And obviously Philadelphia has a better defensive line than we do, but I would hope we could at least get some pressure on Joe Burrow to get him off his feet, get him moving and making some mistakes. Because that's really like, if he just sits back there all day, then we're going to be in trouble because he's a good quarterback. Even if he's a rookie, if you get a rookie that much time, he's going to pick his spots. I'm expecting the Cincinnati Bengals to negate that pressure are going to come with, fast releases and probably some screen passes, things like that. Take a guess on what the Jaguars suck at defending. So hear me out on this. If we're not getting any pressure, if we're blitzing and still not getting pressure, drop all 11 back. Why not? I'm all for trying new things, right? He's a rookie. He's still trying to learn some defenses here and there. He's not seen it all. I bet you hasn't seen that. On obvious passing downs, you drop all 11 players in coverage. You get the D-line to cover the flats, and if he tries to run, right? Then you got the back gate covering all the zones back there. Where is he going to throw it? You tell me. Second key to victory, run James Robinson. The Bengals are 7th in the NFL in pass defense and 31st in the NFL in rush defense. So where do you think you want to attack him here? So for this game, feed James Robinson. Just don't let him get a stomach tattoo. James Robinson, Rookie of the Month himself, has been putting up good games for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So with playing the Cincinnati Bengals run defense, I'm hoping they stick to the run game, create those play action passes, create more lanes for Minshew to throw to. And I'm expecting, obviously, the Bengals knowing they're not good at run defense. So if they do that, start sending more blitzes and things like that, stacking the box, then looking to possibly mix in some of those jet sweeps and those little screen passes or wildcat with Huncho Visca to mix it up. Jacksonville's running offenses are pretty good so far this season, so I'm expecting them to put up numbers against the Bengals and control the clock. Third key to victory is off to a fast start. All these key to victories are really sounding familiar, but nothing has really changed from the first 3 weeks. So of course, this is going to be a key, right? We have not gone off to a fast start yet, and we lost 2 games. So if this means receive the ball, then go ahead and do it. I mentioned last video that I don't think it will really matter if we receive the ball or not, just because of how bad this defense is. But honestly, I'm for it. Like, we haven't done it yet, and if we win the toss, you might as well try it. You know, the worst that can happen is that we don't score, and then Cincinnati comes out and scores, and then we're playing from behind again, and then we don't get the ball the second half. So I get that risk, but hey, come on. So if the Jags are able to get the ball to start the game, and they score, and they get a stop against the Cincinnati Bengals, now that allows them to key in on that running game, to control the clock and move the ball with the running game, because the Bengals have a bad running defense. And that just puts their chances to win a lot higher than having Minshew throw 30, 40 times a game. So if that allows them to control the clock, control the time of possession, which has not been in Jacksonville's favor so far this season, then why not try it out? You know, try it out, and if it backfires, then so be it. At least the coaching staff's a step closer to seeing what works best with this football team. So those are my 3 keys. Pretty simple, but again, a lot of glaring holes on both sides. And to go on to my score predictions, I so badly want the Jags to pull this game out, and I so badly want to pick them. But after seeing how other QBs have abused us, I can only imagine Joe Burrow doing the same. Joe Burrow's been getting his head clocked the last couple of games. I think he's going to do that to Jacksonville. If he did not tie in Philly, then he wouldn't be as hungry. And like what all Bengals do, right, you just wave a steak in front of them. You know, they go and attack it. Jacksonville's at stake this week. So I see Joe Burrow putting up a good game against us, unless DJ Hayden's gut feeling is right. I went with the Jaguars for back-to-back weeks, and it completely backfired on me. They let me down. So I'm going against them this week, you know, doing some reverse psychology. That way they win. Hopefully that works. But I got the Bengals winning this one like 31-27, something like that. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be more of a shootout. Kind of been a theme in the NFL this year anyway. So that's what I got going into this week. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all those who have subscribed. I really appreciate all the support. I talk everything Jaguars football, usually in tears. So if you like these videos, please like, comment down below what your predictions are for this week. Subscribe. Share this video, and thank you all for watching and supporting this channel. I'll see you for the recap.